Well, good afternoon, everybody. Chuck here with no time to be sad, and it is time for another weekly Q&A video. This is where I compile a bunch of questions that are asked throughout the week in our video series or during the last Q&A video, and we answer them. If I didn't get to your question, I apologize. Maybe I missed it, maybe I already answered it, or maybe I'm saving it for the next week's Q&A video. So this will be the last Q&A video series of the year. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Let's start with question number one. Question number one is from Frank Pete. Frank says, how much do you earn through YouTube? Love your videos and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and both you and Paige's families. It really just depends on how many people watch the video, depends on how big your channel is. It's all about analytics. It's all about what the advertiser wants to pay to put a video on your channel. So it ranges quite a bit. There's not a certain number that you make on YouTube. It just depends on how many videos you make, how successful the videos are. But I can tell you a YouTube channel like mine is pretty much a wash. So I don't make much money on it. Yeah, it allows me to share videos, travel, and just show life in Thailand and keep me entertained and hopefully you too, but not much money to be made on YouTube for somebody like me. Sorry, I can't answer that question. I really know how. Just depends on the videos. If you make like a video that has, if you got over 100,000+ subscribers and you get a pretty quick, like I'd say like maybe a 20-minute video and you get 25,000 views within the first maybe few hours, you could make $400 or $500 on a video. But I'm not at that level. Next question is from Dutch Buddha. I don't think, I know English is not his first language. It's okay. I'm going to read it like he says it and try to figure out what I think I've got an idea what he's asking. But he says, can I ask you, can the floor of the computer room and outer rooms in your house are really nice? Can you ask your stepdad what is the floor? It's not tile, sorry for the bad spelling. I don't quite understand. Do you want me to ask him so he can tell you what it is in Thai language? Or do you want me to just tell you, what it is? What it is, it's called a terrazzo floor. You can look that up on the internet. Terrazzo floor. You can look that up. But it's pretty much what they do is it's filled in with whatever pieces of marble, rock, whatever, and then it's in liquid form, like an epoxy. It gets grounded down, smooth, it gets buffed and then polished. Yeah, it's not tile, it's poured in. I hope that answered your question. Next question, Bill Waller. When I started watching YouTube several years ago, if a person said it's a beautiful day, they would get at least 10 thumbs down. I never see thumbs down anymore. What happened? YouTube took it off as an option. I think you could still click. Well, of course, I know you could still click thumbs down if you dislike somebody's video. I think people were using it as a tool to be annoying. A lot of people like to create multiple accounts. A lot of other, I don't know, I will just call them jealous people, jealous YouTubers. They like to create other accounts and kind of be a nuisance to you, and they kind of just took that off the table because it wasn't real. People would, see, 100 thumbs down when all the comments, the video is good, all the comments are good, you added subscribers from the channel, but somebody with multiple accounts decided, I'm just going to give multiple thumbs down on this guy to make him look bad. So they took that off. It doesn't really affect, unless your channel is, that's why it's important to give somebody a thumbs up, because there's too many a-holes out there that use this to make themselves feel good. So I'm not 100% sure that's the case. I know it's my case. that I know I got a few people that just, you know, about 20 of them every single video. So how does that happen? I don't know. I could do a 2-minute video about butterflies pooping out gold nuggets, and these same 20 accounts would do the whatever. I'm glad they got a lot of time on their hands. Totally up to you. We'll talk a little bit more about this. I'll give you an example at the end of the questions. Next question, Betty Gomez. I didn't think you could go into the temple or unless you were dressed up. My son is getting ready to go to Thailand, and he was wondering if he should take dress clothes. Most Thai people, I don't think, wear dress clothes or even own probably dress clothes to go to the temple. It's not something that they don't want to make it out of reach for people. I mean, there's people, you can go into the temple. They just don't want you to be disrespectful. Mostly women. They don't want women wearing little tiny shorts. They don't want you to be disrespectful going into the temple. Men can wear shorts. If you look at the temples, there's usually little signs that say what you can wear and what you can't wear. A lot of times, you know, women like to wear shorts. The temple will rent you something, a cover for them to cover up to go into the temple. But like muscle shirts, shirtless, stuff like that for men, no. So you can wear shorts as long as you're not being inappropriate. You know what I mean? So I think I showed a video of me wearing biker shorts. I was walking into the temple, but that's not a disrespectful item of clothing. But it's a little more lenient on men than it is for women. But usually they'll have a sign. But dress clothes, bring them if you want to. But it's not necessary to have to wear a button-up shirt and slacks and all that. Next question, K Gambo. What about bowling? It's indoor and good for you. I also like flying RC. I think he was talking about, I did a little survey the other day talking about something to do. Let's see, let me pull up. What kind of hobbies would interest you after retirement in Thailand? I can only put 4. I would have put a bunch more in there, but it only allowed me to put 4 of them. So, of course, I didn't have bowling because that's not like a real popular thing. So if you're interested in bowling or any other kind of sport, just learn how to use Google Maps, especially as a traveler. Google Maps has a lot to offer, but you can just type in bowling. You know, you can widen out Thailand or where you're going to be ultimately staying. I think for the majority, bowling is in Bangkok. I know there's a bowling alley in Pattaya, but you can discover where the bowling alleys are. And I don't know. Bowling's not really a thing. Golfing is definitely a thing in Thailand. No golf. I mean, there is no bowling alleys anywhere near where we live. Next question. The Akagol, the A-Kegel. One of your older videos discussed soy dogs. You use something that scares the dogs away. What is this device? This device is a taser. It's like a zapper. They stopped selling it. You can still find them, but they're not allowed to sell them anymore in Thailand. I don't know if that means they're illegal or they're not allowed to sell them in public. I don't know how that happened, but all this was one of those little mag lights that I mounted on my steering wheel, and you just pushed a little button and it made noise. When you're traveling, a lot of people were angry at me for that, like I was being so cruel, like hurting their ears or something. Like it would have been okay for the dog to bite the shit out of me. I wasn't actually tasing them. Some I would really love to because I think they're assholes and they probably need to be tased. It's not something that's going to kill them. I mean, dogs here are wild animals. You can't politely ask them to stop chasing you or give them little treats. So a lot of people are saying, yeah, Chuck, I don't have that problem. I stop and give all my soy dogs treats. They love me like they're some kind of Tarzan, you know, like the dog whisperer. In my situation, I was riding a bicycle 30 plus kilometers per hour. I wasn't going to stop and have a little powwow with the barking rabies dog that had barely any hair on its body. I wasn't going to stop and try to become friends with it. I have no interest in becoming the dog's friend, but I do have an interest in not getting the shit bit out of me or getting bit one time and having to get a series of shots. Because if you get bit by a dog in Thailand, this isn't some little poodle chasing you in your little uppity park. This is a feral soy dog in Thailand that most likely carries rabies. You have to get shots. Anyway, all of that little dramatized explanation, it was just a zapper, and I would push the button and they would hear the noise and they didn't know what it was and they would stop. I don't know, I didn't ask the dog why it was scared. But when you're going 30 plus kilometers per hour, it's dangerous to fall off the bike, more or less, you know, get bit by the dog or try to slow down. So the little zapper worked good for me. Now, if you're just pedaling around the town, yeah, in your neighborhood, you probably would like to become friends maybe with the soy dogs. Bring them some treats. And usually they won't forget you. I know they don't forget you when you're pedaling down the damn road. Next question. I know that always irritates a lot of people, but I think that they can only think about their situation where they live. They can't, when they come to Thailand, they bring that mentality, and a lot of times they get bit. Next question. Scotty, a.k.a. Mongo. Chuck, at about 2 minutes plus in, Paige goes out to offer an item to the monk, but she takes her flip-flops off before giving her offering. Is that a sign of respect or tradition? Please, from Scotty and Teresa. When you go into a temple, certain parts of the temple, you're supposed to take your shoes off. None of the monks have their shoes on when they're taking blessings. And I don't know 100%. Now, I've asked, and it's like, well, you're just supposed to. You know, I think maybe you take the blessing with feet on the ground, one with the earth, not on the soles. I don't know. Maybe somebody else can give me a good, thorough explanation. But to take a blessing, you're supposed to be lower than the blessing as it comes to you, and no shoes. So I guess it's a traditional religious thing. I will tell you, as a foreigner, that they don't really expect us to really completely understand their religion. And if you don't do something that you're supposed to, they don't really, like, people say, oh, you can't touch anybody on their head. Well, if you do that, they're not going to come at you with, like, swords and knives and you know, they're not going to bring violence on you because they know you're not doing it out of disrespect. Now, if you disrespectfully do that to somebody, then, you know, there's a problem. But they're very lenient on, that's the good thing about Buddhism is they accept everybody. It's more of a way of life than it is really a religion. But I know everybody likes rules and stuff. Next question, Casper Lind. Chuck, you and Paige are good, and your mom is over 21. Yeah, I am sure she will find what she wants to. Also, you are a good son. Thank you very much. Many moms would be happy. And you and Paige have hobbies, and that's what life is good. Question, is my Thai want me to move to Thailand from Denmark, but I don't want to use 800,000 baht because that means I have to sell all and leave my family in Denmark. What's you and Paige advice? Respect, regards, Casper from Denmark. I don't 100% understand your question, especially the part where you have to sell everything and then leave your family in Denmark. I don't know if you have another family, or there's no sense in coming to Thailand if you're going to leave your Thai family behind, unless you guys aren't going to be together anymore. I don't really quite understand, but I understand that you're concerned about bringing 800,000 baht for whatever reasons that you have. That's your own business. But my suggestion is to go down in the description box of this video or any video, click the description, it'll drop down. You can see a tab that says more, I think. Click on that and you'll have a drop down window of a lot of information. Some of that information is a law office. You can see where it's a Facebook page. You can just click on that and then you can chat with them directly via Messenger on Facebook, and they can help you out with getting your visa stuff. So if you want to come to Thailand and have a VIP service, like a sponsor service, which is 100% legit, you can just go see them and they'll take care of they'll pretty much be your sponsor. So anyway, to get all the information, just chat with them if you don't want to do it on your own. Now, if you've never been to Thailand or you're not sure about it, I wouldn't even really worry about bringing money over here. You can get an entry stamp that can be extended for 30 days. Just test the waters first. I wouldn't come here to Thailand unless you're 100% sure that this is where you want to be. But I think 90 days will give you a pretty good idea if you can handle it or not. I'd give it probably a year. But anyway, you can contact the law office for more information. Next question by Nightingale. Dumb question here, I doubt it. Do the hotel rooms come with heaters in the room? Do you have any type of heat in your house? Thank you. We don't. It never really gets that cold. We just wear a coat if it is chilly. No, you can buy like an electric space heater. You can buy that in Thailand. Hotels, no, it's a fire hazard. I think probably most all Thai people not that they're dumb, it's just they probably don't know really the proper safety precautions to use the heater. So I would say no, you're not going to find that in a hotel room in Thailand. All right, next question is from Pavito Joanne. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. It's really unnecessary. It's really not a question. It's really it's kind of back to the same topic that I was talking about earlier about people creating accounts. This is a fake account. This person is a nuisance. I've already reported them as spam/harassment. This person makes a stupid derogatory comment. At the end, it's the same. How can, whatever he's talking about, I don't know, maybe he has a fascination with Beyonce. I don't know. It's a stupid person, but it's normally not a woman's name. I don't know if it's a woman. It's probably a child. Whatever, it's got some problems. But people like to, this person, I'll show you, just created this account the other day. It creates an account every day. And it just says the same annoying bullshit. So does it bother me? Not really. I don't care. I'm just sharing this to show you how people are stupid. When it comes to how they act on YouTube, it's like I think it just makes them feel good, like they bothered somebody and then they got a reaction from somebody. This is probably making them like excited right now, me talking about this moron, but it takes a little bit of time, not much, to create another Google account. But man, to get rid of it, it's like super easy. It's like one click, like it's nothing. So when I see it, I just go click, and then I forget about this person within like a second. So, but it doesn't forget about me. I'm obviously in its head, and it wants to keep doing this every day. So, yeah, I guess I've got that power, you know. Maybe I should be happy about this person that wants to do this. Good for him. He's got a lot of time on his hand to do that, and I don't have time, but it's so easy just to ping, and then you're gone. But I just wanted to show you this person likes to create accounts. And you might have seen this before if I don't catch it in time, but it's a meaningless gibberish. But yeah, people, I don't know, I guess they are really seriously like have low self-esteem, or they just have a lot of time on their hands, or both. I'm not really sure. Let's go to the last question. Actually, let me do two more. I got some that I was going to skip over. K Snacks, I don't know. I'm having a hard time finding concrete information on what Thailand generally allows for electric bicycles. Any issues with the legality of this bike on the roads? He was talking about a video I made of my e-bike that I kind of built. My little e-bike's got a 1,500 watt motor, and it'll go over 50 kilometers per hour. It's really fast. I made it out of a mountain bike, and I modified it to be a little as safe as it possibly could be. So let me try to answer this guy's question. I'm sure there's some rules. I'm sure you can find them somewhere. So Thailand's not like where you come from. Like, you don't have a police looking around the corner waiting for somebody to break the law. I've ridden through many police checks on my bicycle. They've never stopped me. They don't normally stop people on bicycles, whether you're wearing a helmet or not wearing a helmet, or wearing flip-flops, or I guess as long as you've got something covering your personals, that's probably good enough on a bicycle. They won't stop you anyway. Now, I don't know about Pattaya or Phuket, where they're constantly looking for an opportunity to stop somebody. But I know some people in Chonburi that have really good, like almost look like a motorbike, and they don't have a problem. Now, they do sell electric motorbikes now. I would think maybe that, because it looks like a motorbike, you probably would need to have it registered if it can be, and definitely wear a helmet, because they'll look at that like, oh no, that's a motorbike, you know. But a bicycle, you said electric bicycle, so I'm assuming you're talking just about bicycles. So I wouldn't worry too much about stuff in Thailand. If you do, you're going to be the only one really worrying, because nobody really cares here. Unless you're causing a problem or something like that, which I can't see how you would cause a problem riding a bicycle, an electric powered bicycle, unless you're running through a neighborhood and you're running people over, then you're going to have more problems than the police. I can't think of anything. Like, people don't go, hey, you slow that thing down. You're not supposed to be riding a bike. It's not like that here. So you're not going to really aggravate too many people, because I don't really give a shit as long as you're not causing harm. I would say, to answer your question, don't think too much. Last question is, hang on. From Vinny Skokie. Another great video, thank you very much. Do they have dog parks near you so they can run around and play away from traffic? No. Actually, I don't know. I don't think so. Reason why is because this is Thailand, kind of to the same point as my last question. It's the way the culture is, they believe in live and let live. That's why you'll see a lot of soy dogs, a lot of dogs breeding, a lot of dogs injured, a lot of dogs with mange. They believe that life takes care of itself, which goes back to saying people just mind their own business here. Do they have dog parks? Probably, like in Bangkok and city areas. If you see people with, I rarely see anybody with a dog on a leash. Unless it's like a big husky type dog like that, you know, but usually they're little pets. The little dogs are the ones that they really kind of keep as pets, and they'll push them around in a stroller, you know. But I don't think I've ever seen a dog park. But if you're in an area where there's a lot of foreigners, maybe they've created something like that. But to answer your question, it just goes back to the culture. So yeah, they don't really treat their dogs as pets. Anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the sarcasm. I wasn't really kind of pointing anything directly at you. If you got offended, I do apologize. I wasn't trying to be derogatory to anybody or anything like that. Sometimes I think things are funny and people think too much. But you got to remember, too, I get a lot of crap sometimes, unnecessary stuff that I have to kind of block on my channel. And people say a lot of things in a derogatory way because they don't quite understand the situation, or they're only comparing my life to what they know in their life. So they can't really relate, I think. So I take it all in stride. You know, sometimes if I answer a comment, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Maybe I think you're one of those people, and maybe you're not. So maybe it's a first language type error. I don't know. So anyway, I hope you guys are still enjoying the content. We're going to have a great year next year. Please don't hesitate to leave a question below, and I'll try to be very, very nice to you when I reply. We'll see you guys on the next Q&A video. Bye.